Get started. I should finish my Legacy League, and we will get to that, but learn to also... Hey, Kit, what are you doing? Oh, she's just playing with a pencil, whatever. You guys can't see the cat. She's making some noise. Anyway, there was the 5.0 lists that went up today. I took a screenshot of my phone. Had an interesting sideboard plan for Black White Eldrazi taxes. Let me see if I can find. And the sideboard tech, apparently, I don't know how good it may or may not have been, was Eternal Scourge, which I actually don't hate as a plan for these super grindy matchups. It's really good against Mardu, especially. You can't get Blood Moon out of casting it. They can't really get it off the board very easily. A lot of their removal is just targeted stuff. They're bolting it. They're terminating, fatal pushing it, whatever. And just, it's incredibly sticky. And also against Jeskai. But against Jeskai, can get, countered or Supreme Verdicted. But even then, you have, outs to play against that. You can target it with, a Strangler or a Displacer to kill it, or to exile it instead. But their sideboard was a little bit weird. Because they shaved down on, they have no fatal pushes and one Stony Silence, which I don't like no fatal pushes because it feels like you're very naked to humans in that regard. But I don't hate, shaving down like this, and then maybe just... I love the Bitter Blossom. Maybe just, 2 Eternal Scourges in the Bitter Blossom. The person online had 3 and a Bitter Blossom, which seems really excessive to beat the control matchups. But maybe I'm crazy. I can see cutting down on Stonies, because the Affinity matchups generally been pretty safe. Especially because you still have Stony, Zealous, Bitter Blossom, 2 Fatal Pushes, Settle the Wreckage and stuff. And against Eggs you have, or KCI, you still have Stony, 2 Comball, 2 Damping Sphere, 4 Thalia. So it doesn't seem like it's that bad. So I can see kind of cutting down on Stonies and stuff. I think their sideboard is very close to mine, except it was a 3rd Rest in Peace and this was something else, I don't know. But I think we'll try 2 in the Bitter Blossom. Maybe it's better than Bitter Blossom, but I really liked Bitter Blossom, at least against Jeskai. It's probably Eternal Scourge is probably better against Mardu at least. But anyway, that's just our very minor deck edit for Modern, which will be later. We're finishing up our Legacy League, which I think we were 1-1. We're just playing this list. Wait, this isn't the list I'm playing. Did I not edit it? I guess I didn't edit it. Because I'm still playing the 24 land list. I thought I cut down to 23 land again, but... Can I look at my deck list? View deck. No, yeah, I am. I cut down to 23 land, and put in the Mirror Crusader and stuff, but then... it didn't get updated over here? It's weird. So I just moved the Mirror Crusader back to the main and cut the 24th land, and then played a 2nd Cataclysm. So this is the deck list. This is what it should be, and this is what it is in the league that I'm playing. But anyway, we'll get started. Also, we have for those of you that don't know, basically everyone who was in the MTG Arena beta got an email a couple days ago that said, "Here's 5 beta codes. Go give them to people because we want more people in the beta." So I have these MTG Arena codes. I don't know what to do with them. So if you're in chat, you're hanging out, and you want a code, feel free to just hit me up. I'll whisper it to you, or whatever. I don't know how. Twitch singular messaging leaves a lot to be desired, but I'll figure it out. I will relay that information in some way, shape, or form, if you're so inclined. Ugh, this hand sucks. Ooh, this hand is much better. I do not want 2nd Aether Vial. So we don't want to be playing against combo. This looks like the Stompy deck, Steel Stompy. Yeah. Well, that's kind of actually a huge bummer. Turns off 2/3 of our hand. Usually Chalice is not that good against us, but at least this isn't as nearly as backbreaking as it would be if we were on a blue deck of some sort. And then notably not having a soul land. Wow, that seems aggressive. Ooh, sick. We have Flicker Wisp for their Chalice too. Life seems pretty great here. Oh. Okay, I was thinking Steel Stompy, but it's just Eldrazi Stompy. And this looks like they're setting up for Thought-Knot Seer. Luckily, we're not playing Storm, or else we would just be absolutely hosed. In this instance, we are definitely doing the hosing. Because my opponent has 3 dead cards in their hand. Not even sure if I want to cast Flicker Wisp yet. Get your beatdowns on. It's 2 a turn. I don't know if they'll hit another land drop. I might not want to cast Flicker Wisp until turn 4. No, I still can't even hold up Plow because I don't have triple white. So I'm concerned about Thought-Knot Seer as my biggest worry. I think we can afford to take a little bit more time to just hit our land drops. If my opponent keeps hitting their land drops, we'll consider taking an alternate plan. Or if we hit like another white source, we'll probably just Flicker Wisp this Chalice and hold up Plow. Hello, cat. Do you want to say hi to the stream? Oh, she does not want to say hi to the stream. Oh, wow. My opponent has the Ivugan, but chose to just animate Factory and attack, which means they had access to 4 mana and didn't do anything with it. Which makes me think their hand would probably be like Smashers or Endbringers or something, neither of which are super concerning. But we definitely want to turn off this Chalice so we can Plow such a thing, because that would be terrifying. So let's play Flicker Wisp and kill the Chalice. And if they smash me, sure, we have Source of Plowshares. Notably, I can't play the Aether Vial there because of this Thorn of Amethyst. Excuse me, cat. Sorry, cat's being a little obnoxious. Opponent has a ton of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not enough to activate the Eye, though. Also, I don't think... Yeah, Eldrazi Temple does not activate the Eye. Get out of there, cat. What is my opponent trying to cast here? Matter Reshaper? Oh yeah, I forgot. They get subtracted 2 mana. Double Smasher? Oh no, just animate that, sure, whatever. Do I trade? Probably. My opponent has 1 card left in their hand. Cat. Hey. Chewing on the cords. Little brat. Could probably afford to trade. We have a lot of creatures in play. Unfortunately, my entire hand is 3 drops, so I can't actually Plow this plus play anything, and I kind of want to pitch the Plow or the Vial to the Plow. I guess I can actually pitch Prelate to Plow, so we'll just play Vial here. Probably play Crusader just to kill them before they can do stuff. Could then start double porting them or get this sword online. Could probably actually just like double port them from the get-go. They'd be so far down on lands. that's kind of annoying. But, I mean, at least this trades. They have to take the plow here. Cat is going wild over there. Yeah. They have to take the Swords of Plowshares, and this trades, or I can just get this Sword of Fire and Ice online and just absolutely murder my opponent. Yeah, I like that plan. Not even going to offer the trade. If they play like Smasher and attack with both, then I'll probably swap, because we still have this Brightling as follow-up. But I'm just going to go to 7 here, that's fine. We can just kill this Thought-Knot with double trigger off the sword. Is this a Spirit Guide? That does not block Mirran Crusader, our opponent. I probably shouldn't have played the port there, because I could have played a Wasteland here. But again, these are like very minor details. My opponent's just incredibly dead. We have this Brightling, so they can't even put me to 5 with this Spirit Guide or something. Yeah, opponent's lost the game. That's what happens when they had like a very effective mold of 4 there. When they went Chalice, Thorn of Amethyst. It's like, wow, this would be really good if I was on like Storm or basically any combo deck. The hand is very nuts. I don't fault them for keeping it, but just happened to punish them there. So against Eldrazi, we want Paths, Council's Judgment, Relic Warder. Sword and War and Peace is okay. It's usually just like better than your worst cards, because the worst cards are Thalia and Mother of Runes, which just really suck, and it's a nice 8th card to bring in here. Prelate's also kind of bad, but Prelate can name 7 if they're on All Is Dust. Can name 3 if they're on Dismembers. It's not the worst. I think it's... maybe it's marginally better than Thalia. It's probably close. Thalia's First Strike, which can be relevant. Against Eldrazi Post, Sanctum Prelate's pretty much better, because they usually have Ugin or All Is Dust, or both. Those are things that you want to turn off, but my opponent, either they're draw lined up that they're just look like a stomp, like traditional Stompy, or they are traditional Stompy. I don't think it matters too much. Well, this hand is terrible. We have 4 sideboard cards in this hand, though. How could it possibly be bad? Ship this immediately. This hand is better. I'm not happy about it. But, ooh, I'm happy about that. Yeah, Mimic means that they're definitely on Stompy. So now if they have turn 2 Thought-Knot, then we can just plow this Mimic. Or the Thought-Knot, I'm not sure. Definitely take the 2 here, though. It's just 3. If they play Matter Reshaper, I think I'm going to plow that. Sorceress Spyglass. Resolves, I guess. I could name Stoneforge to prevent me from Batterskulling them, but then I can just go grab, like, Jitte and Swords. Yeah, they name Stoneforge Mystic. We're going to plow this Mimic, because if we don't, they're probably going to Thought-Knot next turn. I'm taking 4. It makes it so that they can Thought-Knot this Council's Judgment, but we have... well, I guess not. We have answers. We have a lot of stuff we can be doing here. Gonna grab Jitte, because grabbing Batterskull wouldn't be very useful right now. nothing. And we drew a land? Interesting. Kind of want to just play second Stoneforge. What am I expecting? My opponent has a Reality Smasher. We have this... I think I want to play a 2-mana spell, because we can leave up this Plow now. I don't really think I want to put in Jitte. I think I'd rather just go grab... probably sort of Fire and Ice. Not a particularly low lifetime. I could just grab Batterskull. I have Council's Judgment or Wisp to try and beat this Spyglass, but sort of Fire and Ice is probably good enough. So now we have a backup Plow. They know about these other cards. We can play a 6-mana spell. This is an Endbringer, we're fine. This is a Smasher. What am I actually discarding to this Smasher? Maybe I should have grabbed an equipment I want to discard, because I think I am discarding one of these here. Probably Sword. I should have grabbed War and Peace. I totally didn't anticipate that I actually really like all the cards in my hand. So I think I would have rather just discarded War and Peace here. What are you doing, cat? Get out from behind my computer, please. Fourth land? No. Hey, get out of here. Cat. Come on. Get out of there. Of course, the cat was totally calm, and as soon as I started streaming, became a pest. Alright, we'll attack with 1 Stoneforge. Am I Flicker Wisping, actually? No. I think I'm just putting in Jitte. I want to start getting this thing online. Argument for doing that last turn. Because my mana is a little bit awkward right now. It's a lot of mana. Luckily, this doesn't... Temple doesn't pay for Eye of Ugin. Oh, duh, I'm an idiot. I can't activate this because there's this on Stoneforge. Oh, fuck that one up. What are you doing, cat? She's fighting a shark in the background. That's much better. Messed that one up. I don't want to Flicker Stoneforge. Or do I want to just play the Jitte now? Council's Judgment of the Spyglass. There are a lot of things. So going today, pretty good. We just started. We're in the middle of a league, but that's because I played part of a league on Wednesday. But doing pretty well. We just kind of time walked ourselves, but my opponent hasn't done anything with 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 mana. So I'm really scared of what could be in their hand. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do now. I think it's just play Jitte. I think some of the cards in my opponent's hand are removal spells, which makes me not want to invest in this equipment. Because next turn, even if I draw the land, I'll have to equip, and that's my whole turn, so there's mana is 3s. Opponent's almost to activating Eye of Ugin, which is scary. They're 1 soul land away now. Oh, that's fine. Our hand is nothing but Flicker Wisps. One, two, three, four. Yeah. If they had a soul land, they can start activating this Eye of Ugin, which could get very bad. Especially if they have an Ulamog in their deck. Ratchet Bomb? Sure. It's Wasteland. We can revoke Ratchet Bomb and equip. It's probably fine. We do have a lot of 2s, which is kind of dangerous. 1 card left in my opponent's hand. Let's see if it's a removal spell. Does not appear to be. Alright, let's revoke Ratchet Bomb. Wish I could revoke Eye of Ugin. Yeah, that's bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they'll have 1 mana up. And we have how much in play? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 power. We can beat an... Ooh, we can't quite beat an Ulamog, I don't think. Reveals Thought Knot. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, Thought Knot me. Sure. Yeah, that's totally fine. Take my Council's Judgment. Cat, what are you doing? I want to play a 3, so we're just going to not attack with the Revoker this turn. This blocks anything else that dies. If it blocks a Stoneforge, I just use 3 GT counters to kill it. I'm gonna pump once. Deal an extra damage. See if we can draw like a Wasteland for this. Nope. So, how much will we have for this Wisp? 6, 7, 8, 9. Will be 1 off lethal. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna Wisp my Wisp, and then Wisp their Eye of Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could actually Wisp their City, which does something similar. Nah. Yeah, unfortunately, now we're 1 off lethal. But we can still beat like an Ulamog if they tutor for the Ulamog end step. And then play the Ulamog. Oh, sweet. My opponent's casting a spell, which means they don't get to use Eye of Ugin. And we can just attack them for... This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, my opponent does not get to use Eye of Ugin here, so we can just move this to the Flicker Wisp. Attack with my Wisps. Because technically I could attack with Stoneforge to trade it with Spirit Guide, but I do have a Dismember. Neat. Sure. They're still dead next turn. We're just going to Wisp the Wisp again. Exile their Eye of Ugin. So now I think the only thing that we're losing to is All Is Dust, and even if they All Is Dust me, I'll attack them to 1 with a Revoker, with a GT on it, and still have, like, Relic Order Prelate backup. Sweet. That's traditionally a pretty good matchup for Death and Taxes. Eldrazi Stompy. That was in 2. Cool, cool. Keep going. See you, cat. I don't know if you guys can see the cat. Probably not. I think she's like just off camera over here on the headboard. This hand's okay. Really clunky if they're on, like, a combo deck. But definitely good enough to keep. Like, we have multiple 1-drops. Stoneforge Mystic. If they're on Storm, we just get absolutely demolished. What do I want them to be on with this hand? Probably some sort of Delver would be the best with this hand. Double Mom and Stoneforge are all good cards in the matchup. Swords of Plowshares. Misty Rainforest. Pass, huh? Could be a lot of things. We'll just play Mother of Burns and hope it's not, like, Storm or Show and Tell. Alright. Still doesn't tell me a lot, but it makes me nervous because most, like, proactive decks in the format would not have, like, kept a 7 that was Misty Rainforest Pass into, like, Land Brainstorm. This feels like a Storm. This feels like Storm here. But it could be some sort of, like, bug, grindier deck. Or even, like, Grixis. They don't need all on color. Fetches. We have Prelate if we get to live until next turn, and we can, like, deduce what they're doing. I'm just gonna play Mystic here and grab Sophie. I think Sophie's here. Sophie here is a pretty good hedge of bets. Yep, they're fetching away the cards. Basic Island. This feels more and more like Storm. What are you doing, cat? Am I dead? Dark Ritual? Thoughtseize. Sure, I guess. Could still be Storm. Storm plays Thoughtseize now, kind of as the Cabal Therapy slot. So they're probably going to Thoughtseize its Prelate if they are on Storm. Mangara. Are they not on Storm? They're just going to pass again? I don't know what they're doing. Could just Wasteland them, put in Sword, but... Okay, so if there's Storm, they would have 100% taken this Prelate. So I have to imagine that there are some sort of, like, grindy BG, or, like, Blue-Black X deck, right? Otherwise, Prelate just auto-hoses them, and they'll just lose. I could just put Prelate on 1 and hedge my bets either way, because Prelate on 1 is good against Storm, while it's not, like, Prelate on 4 will win you game 1. But Prelate on 1 will also hedge my bets against the Brainstorm, Thoughtseize, likely Ponder deck. Alternatively, I could Wasteland plus put in sort of Fire and Ice here. Prelate on 1 seems pretty decent. She's knocked the stuffed animal off of the headboard and is now fighting it for dear life. This is a tough call. My gut says Storm, but my opponent's Thoughtseize says some sort of Grixis or Bug deck. But even then, wouldn't they have, like, taken sort of Fire and Ice or something? Maybe not, if they have, like, Kolaghan's Command. Alright, we're gonna Prelate on 1 and kind of hedge our bets here. Does turn off our Plow, notably, but either way, I don't think my opponent's playing a deck that cares about my Plow. So they can still Storm off if this is somehow Storm. That just, like, mind games the crap out of me by not Thoughtseizing the Prelate. It's still hard for them to go off on 1. Okay, they're hemming me. So they're not Storm. Alright, we figured it out. There are some bug deck. They took my sword, which is a bummer. Problem 1 isn't horrible, though. You can wasteland them. What are they? Like... Basic Forest and Basic Island. Makes me think that they're like a Lurin or something, but now this Tarmogoyf does it. I'm just very confused, guys. I hit them off of that. Another one of those. Opponent. Yeah, their basics seem like they're going to just like a Lurin me here. Leo, sure. I can start getting in with this Prelate. Still leaving up a Mom. Ooh, that's pretty good too. Flicker Wisp my Stoneforge Mystic. Now we'll grab Batterskull, I guess. Batterskull is usually pretty good against the bug decks. Especially, I guess GTA is really bad against this Leovold, too. If we had another land, we can just equip Batterskull to something. Assuming they don't Thoughtseize or Hymn it here. This attack feels like bait. Can I afford to take 8? Probably. I have a Batterskull coming. I'll leave up Mom to protect against, like, Abrupt Decay on Prelate or something. They have 2 cards left in hand. The only thing that's bad for me here is, like, Deluge for 2. Yeah, the attack was bait, trying to get me to activate, but I assume they have another Abrupt Decay as the last card in hand? Oh, sure. Oh, they're just burning the Abrupt Decay because they were going to discard it anyway. Aw, and my Batterskull dies. Cat, what are you doing? I keep hearing her tearing that stuff. So my opponent has no cards in hand. We can attack the Lily and kill it, and leave back a Mom to, like, chump block the Tarmogoyf. So this goes at Lily, this goes at Lily, this goes at their face. I could also just attack their face for 6, which is also pretty tempting. But I don't want this Lily down ticking. I like all my creatures here. We're going to 9 here if they attack, because we can just... we can block with one of the Moms on the Goyf. Oh, shoot. I always forget about Leovold versus Port. Oops. Alright. Might have been a punt there. I mean, definitely was a punt. It might be. Hopefully it doesn't cost me the game here. Because the Port was totally irrelevant. My opponent has like 1 million mana. Pro green. I take 3. Let's say I have like second Tarmogoyf here. It's not that bad. Definitely workable. Sick. These ports feel real strong here. Might want to be just chump blocking with the Stoneforge here. To leave this Mom up, I might just, like, throw the Stoneforge into the void to get in front of this Goyf. Sure. I'm gonna sack the second Mom, I think. Could just sack the Stoneforge. They only have 1 card in hand. Yeah, we're gonna sack the Stoneforge. Hope that last card isn't, like, Abrupt Decay. So I can Stoneforge for GT and play GT and equip GT. Not that it does a whole lot. It can actually gain me life, so that's relevant. We might as well do all that, because we have nothing else to do. Yeah, my opponent concedes. We're just going to attack them for 5. They're at 3. We have 2 Moms and a Stoneforge back. Wasn't even going to attack the Lily. Alright. Minor misstep of the port with the Leo in play, but worked out. So my opponent's on Bug, Control, Strix, Leo, Tarmogoyf. Don't Paz. My opponent actually had a lot of basics in their deck, which is kind of odd. So Cataclysm and Council's Judgments are like auto in. I don't think I want Paths. I think Plowser is better than Paths with the amount of basics my opponent had, but I could see Rest in Peace. But I've started to hate Rest in Peace against the bug decks since they lost Deathrite Shaman. Like, it only turns off their Tarmogoyfs. And is that worth it? It might be. And they might have other graveyard interaction. I don't know. They did in that game, right? They might have like a little the Last Hope that they could minus or whatever. Revokers are pretty unreliable in this matchup. And there's no more Deathrite to name. It's only Planeswalkers, so probably not great. Mangara is good in this matchup. Remorseful Cleric is a flyer. I imagine my opponent might be on Dread of Knights. That's a card that the bug decks commonly play. So I probably want to try and cut down on the amount of X1s that I have in my deck. Like, shave the Remorseful Cleric, even though it's decent against my opponent. It's not amazing against Tarmogoyf. It's mostly good because it's a 2-1 flyer, but I don't think I want a 2-1 flyer in this matchup. More than I just want, like, Mirroring Crusaders and Brightlings and stuff. See, shaving. No, my opponent's a Tarmogoyf, Leo, Baleful Strix decks. Plows have a lot of targets. Could actually see cutting a Thalia in this matchup. For the X1 thing, and the fact that my opponent just has a bunch of creatures. We'll see if Rest of Peace is good. We'll play game 2. We're up a game. None of these cards are very good. I might bring in Relic Order if they have Dread of Night, but even then, it's like pretty loose. This Prelate's actually not very good. Prelate was okay there, but usually they're going to have like such a variety of non-creature spells. Fatal Pushes, Abrupt Decays, Toxic Deluges. Hello, Cat. Do you want to be on the stream too, Cat? Nope, you're trying to use my arm as a ladder to get to the desk. I can't let you do that. Back to the bed with you. I'll bring in the Remorseful Cleric again. I like him more than the 4th Thalia, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. My opponent did have a lot of like brainstorms and stuff. Oh man, if only this were a Thalia. Yeah, this hand sucks. This hand's not much better, but it's better enough. We're gonna top that. I don't want my opponent to just run away with a Planeswalker. Alright, we'll just get him to Charocteer and then lose, like, Flicker Wisp and Council's Judgment, so. Oh wow, my opponent's nothing? Interesting. Alright, just fetch land, pass, fetch land, pass. I might have been wanting to play Plains here in case I get him to Charocteer into exactly both my planes. This is just a Lily, we're fine. We have Council's Judgment. Oh, this is Leo? Probably just gonna plow this, honestly. They get to draw a card, but I want to save this Council's Judgment for, like, walkers and stuff. They can draw their card. Still just take it off the table. Ooh. That answers that question. I was thinking about whether I wanted to play Wisp or just port them this turn, but now we're 100% just going to Wasteland and port them. Oh, they're gonna wasteland me? Sick. Really giving my opponent the business here. Oh, they're gonna cast a spell, alright. We're gonna Council Judgment that Sylvan Library. That seems really scary. When they're at 21 life. They draw so many more cards than us. Sure. Sure. I'm gonna recruit for Crusader here. That seems really strong at this stage of the game. My opponent does have 5 cards in their hand still. But we also already have a Flicker Wisp to, like, flicker this Crusader a bunch. They Thoughtseize me, but Crusader's just really good against Bug, unless they have exactly Toxic Deluge, or a clear board with a Liliana minus. Ooh, they have nothing. That seems pretty good for me. They could have Abrupt Decay here. They're missing land drops, though. My concern is, like, Abrupt Decay Crusader or Abrupt Decay Recruiter into, like, the Lily or Crusader. Yeah. My opponent needs to hit the land, though. Is it worth it? It pays off really well with this, like, this Jitte. It's really risky, though. We could just play Flicker Wisp, take 4. I mean, they have to draw land for it, versus when it's in my hand, there's also a liability of Thoughtseize or land him me, so I think it's worth just running out. I guess they could also have, like, the normal Edict, but there are upsides and downsides either way. Not getting Lilied. Sure, Strix is fine. Oh boy. I think we're just going to play Equip Jitte here, get the Strix off the table before it does anything. Could play it safer and play the Flicker Wisp to protect from Edict. But this makes it so that I can almost kill his Tarmogoyf with, like, even if they Edict this, if I get Flicker Wisp into play and get a connection with the Jitte will get it to 5 counters. Oh, wait, never mind, I'm dumb. Shouldn't have done that. I forgot Artifact will pump the Goyf. They probably would have attacked with both, though. Might as well attack, you're not blocking. Do they have the Lily? This is a Jace? Alright. That is an answer, I suppose. Now how do I want to play this? Batterskull's really bad in the face of this Jace. But I imagine whatever I play is just going to get, like, removal spell plus Jace minus, and they're just going to try, like, kill me with this Goyf. I can force them to keep down taking the Jace. I think the answer is just Crusader plus Mom. Force them to just unsummon this Crusader 3 times. Oh, I'll rip the rest of my hand. Yep, that's also what I figured. I'm surprised they didn't bounce the Crusader first and then him me. That seems a lot better. 2/3 odds of sniping, like, the card that they cannot beat. They're not killing me in time. This thing's a 5/6, and we can gain 6 life. Nope, don't run on the computer, cat. No, don't run on the computer. Might as well equip Jite. Protects it from, like, Toxic Deluge. Or, I mean, I guess it doesn't. They'd have to Deluge for a lot more, though. Probably just bounce it, hit me with the Goyf again. Aww. They drew Lily. That's very bad for me. Now we're probably dead. Yeah, and they can just face heal me plus Lily. We're hosed. Unless they bottom here and then we draw Cataclysm. Even then, we'd probably die to this Goyf. You have to bottom, draw Cataclysm into Source of Plowshares or something. Step 1, they bottomed. Step 2, not Cataclysm. We are very, very dead. They just bounce the Flicker Wisp. I have to gain... I have to, like, use all my GT counters. And then they plus up the Lily. Oh, yeah, they can actually just bounce with the Jace and then also plus up the Lily and kill it. Like, Abrupt Decay this Wisp. Whatever. Yeah, that did not go over well. We were definitely in a good spot until they found this Lily. Yeah, I think now we can concede. Go to game 3. So multiple Planeswalkers. So Cataclysm is really good. This GTA maybe is actually just worse. GTA is only good at answering Baleful Strix. Would have been much better as a sword there. The one connection I got. Wouldn't be able to, like, draw 2 cards instead of have 3 useless counters on it the whole game. Is it worth, like... Probably not worth a Revoker or, like, a Thalia? It might be worth a Thalia. My opponent does have a lot of removal. Cut the GTA. Now I only have 2 equipment for my 4 Stone Forges. And we're probably fine. Ugh, this hand is not good against an Abrupt Decay deck. Yeah, this hand. Oh man. Are we gonna lose this match? I hate losing just to, like, mulligans, but at least my opponent will get to 6 as well. We have to go to 5. Alright, we'll keep double Aether Vial. We definitely have to bottom that, though. This hand sucks. This hand sucks something fierce. Oh, that makes it a little bit better. We're probably just gonna get, like, hemmed, though, and lose Crusader plus Flicker Wisp and be left with 2 vials, 1 land, and a sword. Dodge him for, like, 2 turns, we might be in this. Don't him me, don't him me. This is a him. This is straight up not a him to Turok. A Tarmogoyf. Please. Oh, Sylvan, that's pretty bad for me, too. I want to draw a land or a 2-drop. That's neither. But it's good if we can find a white source. Then we'll have, like, Violon 3 plus Brightling, which will also be very powerful in these controlling matchups. It'd be really nice to, like, find a land or something. My opponent just draws 3. We're so dead. Wait, did this drew 3 and then move to end step? That seems aggressive, opponent. And discards a Jace the Mind Sculptor. And then Abrupt Decays a Vial, sure. Probably should have Abrupt Decayed on your own turn. I just don't... I think they just didn't know they had 8 cards. Land? Yeah. I really just want, preferably a white source. I would have taken any land, though, to start, like, porting them, too. Oh, they drew 3 because they're digging for lands, actually. They missed their land drop there. Interesting. Going to 6. This is super risky. With just a Tarmogoyf and no lands again. And the top card of their deck isn't a land because they didn't draw both of them. Man, if we can draw a land for this port, which we can't, but now we have Crusader, which can just almost lethal them. They've gone down so low. Alright, looks like they found a land. I'm not even gonna, like, block this 4 damage. I'd rather just have this Crusader as a surprise. And play around, like, land Liliana or something. Nope. They have nothing and no land. I think they're just very, very dead. Plus they have Edict here. But, I mean, still, we have a million things. And there is 6 life. Maybe I was actually supposed to Flicker Wisp the Sylvan. Thank God, we finally drew a land! Really not a white source for the Brightling, but it's better than nothing. Could Flicker Wisp the Sylvan on their turn, so they can't dig deep, so they're stuck on 1 land after I port them too. Kind of like that. Guess I could have actually just Flicker Wisp both their lands, but my opponent does float the mana, so maybe I just let them have this trigger. I don't want to get this like a Broke Decade or something. They find the land yet? Nope. We're just gonna put in this Brightling. We can hit him for 5 if we want, but probably just like 3. We can't. What, I can dismember this? Sure. Opponent has had some very bad luck here, but we also mulligan to 5 and just never hit our land drop either, so we're gonna take both these vials up to 3. And we're definitely just gonna hit them for 3 here. We just want to keep porting them. Five would mean that the Recruiter is lethal, but yeah, the top card of their deck isn't a land anymore, so we can just Flicker Wisp this Sylvan Library and win. That should be game. Sick. That was a little bit close there. Luckily, we just drew nothing but Aether Vials, and that worked out because my opponent had to dug like 6 cards deep with their Sylvan and just never found another land. So it all worked out in our favor. Have I played against just Bug Control before? I don't think so. I played against Bug Delver, Bug Death Shadow, Bug Alurin. Not Bug Control. Could have been like Shardless, but I don't know. Does Shardless still exist? Anyhow, let's play for our last round of Legacy before we move on to Modern. Did I finish those deck edits for Modern? Oh, it looks like I did. Yeah, I was playing 2 Eternal Scourge. That was the plan. My cat is going bananas behind me. You might be able to see her running around a little bit. Oh, leading the wrong way. Oh no, she's out of sight now. She was lying down sleeping so peacefully until I started streaming, and then she just decided to go nuts. What do you want, huh? What do you want? What are you doing? Alright, we're 3-1. There is a cat behind me. Aishinai, you would be correct in your assessment. She's been spazzing out. Oh, this hand sucks. We can do better. What do you get out of here? If this handed a Caracas instead of like a 4th Plains, I'd think about it. What do you want? Oh god, those claws. Oh god. I'm gonna clip those. This hand has a curve at least. Do I want a plow? I think in most matchups I do actually want a plow. But I might just need more proactive stuff. I'm going like Mom into Port into like Wisp, which isn't very strong. Alright, get down. Oh, did the cat mess up my webcam? Oh, the cat knocked it over. Pulled the plug. Or pulled on the cord. I think I just want to bottom this. Look really stupid when my opponent goes land Delver here. Alright, land Ponder. Still could be, we don't know if they're Storm or some Grixis deck or Bug deck. Either way, it doesn't really change our play of land Mother of Runes here. With this hand, we really want them to be on a grindy blue-black X deck. And not Tendrils Meat in the following couple of turns. Unless we draw Thalia, then I'd be into it. The Flooded Strain makes me think that they're less likely to be on combo. Because usually... Oh, yeah. Esper Stoneblade? Aw, my other Mom. Or the Wisp. Both valid targets, depending on how much removal they still have in their hand. Takes the other Mom. Guess I'm porting them. Maybe I'm not porting them. I probably should have played around days. No. Oh. Esper Stoneblade would be my best guess now. Yep. That's what it seems like. Grab Jite. Luckily, until they find True Name, we're okay here. Flooding out's not great, but Port does nothing the turn that they want to like be activating the Stoneforge anyway, so we're just gonna play the Wisp. Look at Telegram. Cat. Yeah, I got the cat that knocked down the camera. Oh, you need to be lit in the building in 12 minutes. Alright. Let me know. Just, like, text me when you get here, and I'll come down real quick. Be gone from the stream for, like, a minute while I go grab my girlfriend from being locked outside. What am I scared of here? True Name? That's kind of scary. I guess it dies unless they plus it. They played their land for turn, right? Yeah. This seems like a pretty bad play by the opponent here. I think they should have just plussed it. Yeah, sure, attack me. I'll take the 1. You got me. Can we draw, like, Jite here or something? Something good? Not quite something good. Alright. Oh, right. You're not actually looking at chat. I answered her question on as if I was answering a question from chat, not as if I was answering an actual question via text message. We don't have anything else to do, so we'll port them at least. They can get the GTA Online if they have removal spells, the scary bit. If they have, like, oh, they need... Now they can't. But there are definitely points where they can just, like, plow to tap down the Mother of Runes. And then, like, force this GTA through. We really want to find a Stoneforge of our own. We really want my opponent to not find removal or True-Name Nemesis. Which is kind of an issue, because my opponent probably has a lot of those in their deck. And they did not shuffle on their Ponder. Ooh, that's interesting. Does that get me anywhere? Force this. Pitching Spell Pierce. It's a little bit surprising. I think they could have, like, Spell Pierced my equipment here, but maybe they didn't want to run the risk of me just not casting the equipment, and then next turn I can just put it in an attack. The last card in their hand, though, is... Why'd they keep on this Ponder, then? Because the last card in their hand is Jite. So that means they had to have kept either Forcible or Spell Pierce on the top. Maybe they kept the Force, because they wanted to be able to counter something, and then the top card of their deck is, like, a Source of Plowshares or something. So we're not going to attack. The top card of their deck is True Nemesis, so I think we just lose regardless of our decision. But if it's a Plow, we can survive by leading back 2 creatures. Because then if they try to fire off the Plow or tap down the Mom, we can protect the Flicker Wisp. They also just didn't put in the Jite there. They had the mana. It's just True Name. Second Jace. They're going to plus it this time. Oh, they got Brainstorm. Alright, well that means it's dead still. So they have Jace on top, so I guess that makes sense. But my opponent, I don't feel, is making the best Jace choices. I didn't port them, oops. Oh well. Not that it mattered. So now the shields are down. If they have removal spell... Opponent has just adamantly refused to put this Jite into play. There we go. Now that they're tapping their thing, that means we're definitely alive this turn. Cool. I'd love to draw, like, a Brightling, actually. Equipped to the Stoneforge. Well, that's just rude. Cat, what are you doing? Now we really want to draw, like, even Plow, Thalia, Brightling. That's okay. Maybe I should have done this on their turn. I didn't want this to get... There's no reason to do that then. Could have made them use 2 mana to equip there. But... Now we're off to the races. Cat, what are you doing? What are you doing? Whatever. Hey. They drew a Snapcaster. That is very, 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 very bad. Now we just lose, right? And they snap plowed my Wisp. Now we don't... If we play this Wisp, we can Wisp the GTA, doesn't matter, it comes back in, they equip. So we just don't do anything here. If we can find a Revoker to stop the GTA, or like a Thalia, and we can Wisp the GTA, take all the counters off of it, and then they kill the Wisp in response, then I can like play Thalia to brick wall the snap. Alright. My girlfriend is here, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna take my turn and probably just F6. Oh, Jesus, we're so dead. Might just concede. Batterskull, sure, I guess they don't have the sword. Oh yeah, we're super dead. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We're also very dead. Didn't even put the Batterskull with the mana. So, hypothetically, we could draw Revoker for Jitte, Flicker Wisp the Jitte, revoke it. Alright. That was not a good series of draws for me. Or, like, my opponent's draws were not good for me, is what I meant. Not that my draws weren't good. Not even sure. Is War and Peace good in this matchup? I guess it's Pro Plow, which is probably pretty decent. Relic Warrior and Calcium are the actual cards I want, though. Thalia is pretty bad here. Plow is also kind of bad. My opponent's Esper, but it seemed like a pretty marginal splash. I wouldn't be surprised if they're playing, like, Thoughtseize, Zealous Persecution, probably not even, like, Lingering Souls. Plow is pretty horrible here, too, though, is the thing. There's, like, nothing you want to plow out of the opponent's deck. So maybe it's worth it to keep in Thalias and just cut Plows. Focus on answering their equipment and, like, taxing them and stuff. I could see that. None of these other cards are any good, so we're not like that. Obviously, Plow actually put me in that game there. Although Thalia would have, too. Like, the game that would... The point where we started to, like, maybe edge it around. Oh, man, this is so tempting. I think we're going to keep. This is super tempting. We have Karakas plus Mangara. How do we lose? They force this file. That's a pretty easy way to lose. Like, this hand is pretty gassed, to be fair. Unless they just disenchant or force Will's Aether Vial. But it rolls a 5, so... We've got a good shot here. No force. Alright, step 1. Step 2 is don't get disenchanted. So I guess to step 2 would be draw a second land, so we just cast the Thalia and tax them on their Mold of 5. Would really like to do that. Eh. Alright, step 2. Step 2.5, I suppose, is have them to not disenchant this Aether Vial. Alright, this is looking good. They might plow this Mother of Runes, but... Ooh. Deal. If they had something like do to interfere with this Thalia, I want to just do this on their upkeep. Or in case they tried to... I guess if they cast Brainstorm there, maybe not. Because they could have, like, Brainstormed, and if I Vow and Thalia doesn't do anything. Set them up for a good Zealous Persecution here, though. That's fine. I don't care at all about that, actually. Could put Prelate on 2 to beat Zealous, but I almost just want to get this Mangara online. Another land is good. Guess we're pretty hosed if they have land plus GTA equip. That's not very good for me. So putting Prelate on 2 wouldn't be bad, because that would actually turn off most of their outs. I don't know if they have Supreme Verdict in their deck, though, and that's something to be concerned about. I think just getting Mangara online is safer. Since we have this Mom to protect the Mangara, it's pretty easy to just, like, lock them from here. If they have exactly land GTA equip, we might be in trouble. It's like Council's Judgment. Snap Ponder, huh? Could put a Prelate on 1. They're hitting a lot of land drops. But Prelate on 1... I guess Prelate on 1 doesn't turn off anything in my deck. Let it resolve first. Target's Ponder. Yeah, we're gonna turn them off their Ponder here. I don't want them finding, like, a Council's Judgment or Disenchant for this Aether Vial. It's real important. We are setting up to get... I guess this Prelate doesn't get Zealous, so I'm not super concerned about that. Alright. Pretty content here. Nothing that's too scary. And they're hitting a lot of land drops, which made me, like, want to Mangara them a little bit less. Because Mangara log is very slow. EE on 1. That's a little rude. Oh, they actually know how to do it, too. They cast it through the Prelate with the Thalia. That's fine. Cost them a ton of mana to do this, so... We'll give the Mangara pro white in case they have, like, land plow. Oh, I guess they can't have plow because Sanctum Prelate. What's up, Spider Space? How's it going? Thank you for the the one hey guys bit. Cheer, I appreciate it. So we're gonna play Wisp here. Wisp my Caracas. End step comes back. I realize more and more that we're just like playing very hard into their Zealous. It's probably not great for me. But we're gonna kill the Strix right now. Hold control. Kill that. Return that. So now we can start attacking them for like 5 a turn. My sad realization is that the best home for Bugler is just humans. Yeah, that's something I caught on to pretty early. Oh, sweet, they're just dead. Bugler seems like fun and cute in a lot of the Taxes decks, but it just doesn't seem that like as good as it does in just a human shell. It hits like everything but Mantis Rider there, and just a lot of what humans lacked was that card advantage aspect of it. Just helps you grind because it's like a 2/3 body. I just don't want to believe it. That's fair too. Whereas Taxes didn't care so much about the grind as they wanted to be able to kind of toolbox, which is why Recruiter is so good. But unfortunately, Bugler does not let you toolbox your deck very well because it's not a tutor. It's just like a draw cards. So my opponent has Strix in their deck. Do I want Plows? Played a Humans League with 4 Bugler. Yeah, I think that's what people are starting to say, that Bugler was just nuts in the Humans deck. Helps out a lot of your bad matchups, like Jeskai and Mardu. Like the mono removal spell matchups. I don't think I want Plows, though. We have enough, we have a lot of answers to, might mean War and Peace is bad, though. They're on Baleful Strixes. Do I want some number of Source of Plowshares? War and Peace just gives pro Plow. I think all 3 of my other equipment are all better than War and Peace is. No, see, I can just jam all of the Bugle boys. I'll probably still be messing around with Bugle shells on my. I think a Tuesday is just kind of like the weird day. I think I've got it down to like a pretty good science in terms of what I'm doing on the stream. It's like Monday is Legacy, Tuesday is whatever, which is kind of like weird modern decks, whatever I want to be doing. And then Wednesday is ENT, and then Friday is probably Legacy and Modern. It's usually just mono white and then black white Eldrazi Taxes. Anyway, we'll just have the Miser's Plow in here. We'll be fine. Alright, this hand's like pretty gas. We got the Miser's Plow, and we have just Vile, Jite, double Wastelands to attack their mana. This hand's very good. Ooh, and Council's Judgment. The plot thickens. We just want them to fetch non-basics and then just wasteland the crap out of them. Don't fetch a plains. Don't be that guy. Boo. Opponent is no fun. We have Council Judgment answer their GTA at least. If we can hit another white source. Just gonna cast my GTA here. We have Plow to answer the Stoneforge if they just go all in. Like, they don't do anything here and just want to put in the GTA and stuff instead of just casting a True Name. Because if they cast a True Name, then we're in a tad more dire straits. But we have multiple First Strikers to beat the Stoneforge. And then we have Council Judgment answer the True Name if we can hit another white source. But that's a big if at this rate. Alright, it's wastelandable at least. Wow, that's rude. What if they're going to vote for Vile? Ooh, they do. Interesting. Now we'll just Thalia plus Wasteland's Caracas, I imagine. I think I just want to get this file developed, actually. Because if we just Wasteland plus Thalia, we just have almost no castable spells in our hand after that. And by Wastelanding, they still can't, like, play and equip GTA in the same turn. We'll have this plow up. If we need to plow this Stoneforge. Please no true name. This feels like a true name. Yep. Now we just hope to God we draw the white source. Please. Please, deck. One time. I think I'm actually supposed to plow this here, because if they have a 4th land, they can get their GTA online next turn, even if I draw the white source to kill a true name. So I think I am supposed to kill this. Also, worst case, this means that the Thalia can delay the GTA trigger on this true name. Oh, we did it. We're so good at this game. Chat, we're so good at this game. We found the white source. And now we have 2 creatures and this GTA. Try and fight through whatever my opponent's doing. Another Stoneforge. It's a little bit obnoxious. Fails to find. Do they just have all their equipment in hand, or what? We're just going to jam Thalia here, I think. Yeah, we're going to jam Thalia here. Violent Stoneforge, go grab Sword of Fire and Ice. They don't have the mana to put in the GTA here, and like plow this Thalia, so I'm not super concerned about them getting these GTA connections. Your D&D is actually nuts in Legacy now. Yeah, it's been my experience. GTA, or not GTA. D&T definitely has gotten a lot better because of the bannings. Alright, that's a horrible draw, but... So even if they have Batterskull, Thalia plus GTA can kill a Batterskull, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, the worst matchups for Death and Taxes were like Check Pile, and your Miracles matchup also got a lot stronger with stuff like Brightling. And Check Pile's dead, and Miracles is like kind of there's vying for the throne of Legacy right now, so I enjoy the Miracles matchup, and I enjoy less people playing Baleful Strixes and no one playing Death Rights. Alright, we got a connection here. We'll wait and see what this is. It's a Batterskull, I imagine? Yep. We're gonna kill the Stoneforge here. So they can't. So now they get taxed for this GTA or this Brainstorm deal. And if they attack with the Batterskull, they just get hosed by this Crusader. And if we draw the 4th land, we can just play Equipped Sword to the Crusader and probably just have lethal. 12, 13, 14, 15. Not quite, but or only 14 because I'd have to activate the Stoneforge. How's Allurin? I have a soft spot for that. How's Allurin in Legacy, or how's Allurin like in this matchup? Allurin's really good against Death and Taxes, but Allurin got hurt pretty bad by the Deathrite ban, since you're trying to play a 4-drop enchantment. Get got. Take that, opponent. Gonna be, yep, opponent just concedes. Concedes on the spot to Mirran Crusader. They were pretty dead at that point, though. Even if I don't draw the 4th land, I can just equip the GT to the Crusader and just punch them for a ton. And I don't think they found a land off that Brainstorm. Because they died pretty bad. Stone Blade. 3E. Yeah. I've still seen Aluren. People are still playing Aluren. I saw the archetype that or the type of Aluren that I've seen doing the most success is a variant that's playing Cabal Therapy and Veteran Explorer instead. Does that kill Food Chain as well? Yeah, kind of. The weird bug, the Fringe bug combo decks got hurt pretty bad by the Deathrite ban. I have played against, I think, both Food Chain and Aluren once so far. Aluren there. Maybe I haven't played against Food Chain at all, but they both got hosed pretty badly. Aluren is trying to... No, we lost game 1, right? Yeah. Aluren's playing, like, a Nick Fit Aluren, essentially. They're playing Cabal Therapy Veteran Explorer, so they can cast their 4-drop enchantment better. But obviously that's going to come with some other downsides. Like, you're playing Veteran Explorer in your deck, and you can't, like, make use of the mana very well. You're just trying to get to 4 easier. Alright. 4-1 to that league. We're now 28-14, 66.67% win rate. So that was our Legacy portion. This is the deck we were running for Legacy. For those of you out there watching that, I don't think I showed off the deck very much because we kind of jumped in mid-league. Nick Aluren? Yeah, there's no fun name for it either. Aluren Fit? I don't know. Vet Fit, maybe? Veteran Fit? Explorer? Oh no, that doesn't... Veteran Fit doesn't explain it. I'm trying... You need Aluren in there. Aluren? No. There's nothing catchy. It's not like Sneak Fit. Or like, what is it? Nick Shift? Nick Shift, Sneak Fit. Like, they're like cool cool Nick Fit names. There's Nick Fit and sad about Deathrite Shaman, but seemed like they got better. Yeah, definitely. It depends on the Nick Fit variant, but I think most Nick Fit decks did get better. There's no Deathrites out there eating your therapies. Nick Fit decks were also just like kind of weird and always kind of on the fringe of the format, and now that the format's just nonsense, people are playing whatever, then Nick Fit can really take over. Also, the Nyx Fit archetypes, the types that are playing the Rectors, Arena Rector or Academy Rector more commonly, they got a lot better because the Rectors are so bad against Deathrite Shaman. But they're definitely better now. Anyway, we're going to move into the modern portion. For those of you wondering why I'm looking at Damping Spheres and Thought-Knot Spheres all of a sudden. So, there was a 5-0 yesterday that was playing 3 Eternal Scourges in the sideboard, and actually, boo, Modern is lame. Tim, didn't you just come to a Modern tournament like last week? Anyway, there's playing 3 Eternal Scourges in the sideboard, and I think it's almost exclusively for like the Jeskai and Mardu matchup, and I don't hate it, because the Mardu matchup is like really bad, and I absolutely despise playing against Mardu with this deck. You just get like dunked on all the time. And I can see Eternal Scourge is actually making that matchup a tiny bit better. So we're going to try it. We're only trying 2, because I couldn't really find room for it. The person online cut all their Fatal Pushes, so I don't know what their plan was against humans. Seemed like kind of nonsense. Their plan was Settle the Wreckage or die. But... and, I don't know, and maybe you have some appreciation for the modern format. But I do gotta shake it up. Gotta play some Modern and some Legacy. Promptly won enough money to buy more Legacy cards. That's fair. Do you need Legacy cards? How's Infect doing with the... I feel like they're okay with the bans, right? Because Check Pal died. Same as you're similar position to D&T, where you're just like, wow, I just never want to play against Check Pal with this deck. This hand's okay. It's a little awkward if my opponent is playing, like, a control deck, a deck that Wasteland Strangler is not good against, but I think there's enough of the format that this hand is good against that we can keep this. We also get, if they're, like, have Oh, no, we're on the play, so we can't really, like, path into Strangler their creature, because they're only going to have one. Unless they're Affinity, in which case we really get them. It's quite good with the bands, yeah. Oh, the Mirror. Neato. This hand is very good in the Mirror. Picked up a few Tundra. They haven't spiked yet in the Stoneforge, isn't it? Yeah. There are a lot of Stoneforge decks nowadays. I was considering putting Manriki in my sideboard. Getting Displacer me? Oh, Thalia, sure. I'm not even going to path that. At least not yet. Yeah. We're just going to slam the Thought-Knot here. Not close. Set up this Strangler and stuff. Yep. Grab this path. This hand is very well set up to win this matchup. They're going to play Blade Splicer. We're going to, like, path the Golem and, like, strangle the Splicer. Or we're just going to, like, play another Thought-Knot here. That seems pretty decent, too. I could attack and, like, bait them into getting pathed. That's probably pretty fair, too. I could just... If they double block, then we just blow them out with Path. And then we didn't Strangle still. Yeah. Figured they weren't going to take it, but... We're just going to Thought-Knot them again while the getting's good. So much control lately on MTGO. I don't love Black-White with that in mind. That's why we're also, like, trying out these Eternal Scourges. Also, I've never hated the Jeskai matchup. My record against, like, the Blue-White X variants have been pretty good recently. It's just Mardu that's just such a beating. So we can actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can actually Flicker Wisp plus Strangler here, which is amazing. The last card in hand is Eldrazi Temple. So yeah, we're just going to wisp out their Blade Splicer and then Strangle. Yeah, the game's just over. My opponent just concedes. Yeah, that hand, the hand we kept was very, very good against against the Mirror, and then we also drew into, like, the Stone Nuts. That worked out quite well. So sideboard time. Do I want Eternal Scourges in the Mirror, I wonder? I feel like the current blue-white iteration is harder than it used to be. Are you talking about, like, blue-white or blue-white-red? Because those are, like, two very, like, starkly different decks. Oh yeah, Miracles? I don't know. I don't have enough experience in that matchup. I might have played against it, like, once online recently, but yeah. Jeskai's been great. Look at my... Blue-white-red, I'm 4 for 4. I'm 4-0 in the blue-white-red matchup. And have I played against Miracles at all? Blue-white Miracles 3. I'm 2 and 3 against blue-white Miracles, but less data. Also, like, a long time ago. I guess this is pre-Jace unbanned data though. My Jeskai control matchup was like 5 and 7, and the tempo matchup was 7 and 7, or no, 5 and 2. Sorry, not 5 and 7. 5 and 2, and the Jeskai tempo matchup was 7 and 1. But that was before Jace, or Teferi for that matter. But yeah, I don't know about Miracles. Could be a terrible matchup. I guess we do board in Eternal Scourge just because. Oh god, what did I do? I don't even know how I did that. Wait. Can you just, like, right and left click on cards and blow them up? Is that a thing you can do? Yeah, test if that works. Like, in-game. Anyway, so yeah, Thalia and Leonardo are just actual duds in this matchup, so we'll just bring in cards that are okay. I don't really want Settle that much, and Eternal Scourge is, like, kind of medium, but they're better than these, like, dirtily idiots, so... Typically, if you have a symmetrical effect in your deck, and your opponent has the exact same card, then neither of you want it post-board. You can also just hold Q to do that. Oh, sick. We have turn 2 Thought-Knots here, turn 3 Bitter Blossom, and a path. This hand's nuts. Can I hold Q? Oh, shit. Didn't know that. Alright, let's try right and left click. Oh, shit. I think at some point I knew the Q thing, but I forgot about it. I did not know about, like, right and left click. Ooh, this hand just gets better and better. How do we lose? There are definitely ways we can lose. Like, if my opponent just plays a tight hollow scholar here, it's kind of annoying. Bob. Is this worth Path to Exiling? Probably not. Although we can't Path and Bitter Blossom the turn following? Jeez. But we also can't Bitter Blossom and Thought Knot the turn following, so I think I'm just going to Thought Knot them. Pontiff, Wisp, Vial. I guess I take this Pontiff. It's good against my Bitter Blossom. Maybe it's the Wisp. Wisp is really bad against Blossom, though. Yeah, we're going to take the Pontiff. I'll just Path this Bob next turn. Flip an Arbiter? Sure. Good thing Arbiter's still in my opponent's deck. And they play Shambling Vent. And they play Aether Vial here. Yep. You can Vial in this Arbiter. Yeah, I definitely want to Path this Bob before it gets too out of hand. Oh man, if I just wait till end step, they don't even get to search. Heck yeah. It's kind of risky though, because they get the trigger though. If they see through my line, we'll get greedy. My opponent's probably bad. Yes. Got him. All according to plan. I think my opponent probably should have sniffed out that path from that attack, though. Maybe attacking was actually wrong. Like, I think path is the only card I could have there that makes that attack good. You're just saying that because they kept an Arbiter in your... Yeah, like, keeping an Arbiter is, like, already wrong. I'm sure, almost positive my opponent has, like, 8 sideboard cards that are better than having Arbiter in their deck. They can, like, flicker my Vial on end step. Nope. Oh, we're about to just give my opponent the beating of their life. We were about to just Flicker Wisp, or, like, flicker my Thought Knot with this Displacer in response to their Vial activation, and they're just going to die in a fire. They're going to activate this Vial here. Oh, they're not? Oh, sure. If that's the case, you just get to leave up Displacer or Wisp here. And we're almost to just, like, settle the wreckaging them, which is also hilarious. Now they have to play around me filing in stuff. There's a lot of bad times here for my opponent. This hurts still. Yeah, we're just like drawing nothing but gas. We haven't even played our Bitter Blossom it's been in our opening hand since turn 1. Just like we've had better things to do than play Bitter Blossom. Yeah, Bitter Blossom Kogan is primarily for grindy matchups like Jeskai and Mardu, where it just like makes infinity threats. Opponent has Wisp and 2 others in hand. And we'll take the bait. Eat this. What you got, opponent? They got 2 other cards in hand. Activate file. Snap off this blink. Ooh. Interesting. I think I actually just want to take the Strangler. If they thought on me, it's like kind of annoying, but I like our board. They can put in a Flicker Wisp, sure. But I think we're just going to take the Strangler. Wait, hang on. No, they don't have any enablers. Oh, no, they have this Thought Knot. But they'd have to put in the Strangler now. So if I take this Wisp, I actually don't have any cards in exile, so the Strangler doesn't do anything. Then if they Thought Knot me, then they're left with 1 card in hand, or 2 cards in hand, the Ghost Quarter and the Strangler. And they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, so they can't do both. Occasionally, if I'm lacking, I'll keep in 1 or 2 Thalias. Sheely says First Strike. Yeah, Arbiter is straight up the worst card, because the symmetrical effect just is really bad if your opponent has Ghost Quarters or Paths and just gets to punish you for having a Leonin Arbiter in play. Thalia at least like can make combat math a little bit more annoying. But yeah, we're just going to take this Wisp, leave him with his Strangler. We can take the Strangler when we untap. I'm trying to think of a way this goes wrong, and I don't think there is a way. Yeah, chooses not to do anything. So now they get to Thought on me, but I just don't care. Like, my entire hand is good, opponent. They probably take Wisp or Bitter Blossom. And either way, I just get to, like, take the Strangler out of their hand. I imagine they take the Wisp. Cell's easy to beat if you're playing around it. Oh, take the Bitter Blossom, okay. Interesting. They didn't play the Ghost Core? Did they play land for a turn? Maybe. If I attack, they just block. Yeah, we'll just... Their hand is Ghost Quarter. Deal. And we're just very well set up to take over this game. We have, like, Displacer plus Flicker Wisp. Could just, like, turn off their files, but I want shields up here for a little bit at least. Play Ghost Quarter. Probably want to start Ghost Quartering my temples, honestly. That would make sense. These are my only 2 color sources. They have 2 Ghost Quarters. These Ghost Quarters probably aren't going to get that much better. They don't even attack. Sure. That doesn't do anything, opponent. I'm just going to float the mana. Maybe I'm just supposed to kill this Thana and attack them for lethal. That seems pretty reasonable. Let's look at this vial first, actually. Then I flicker this, target the Thought Knot. Now, unless they have a 2-drop, they just lose. Opponent says GG's, and we win. Sweet. Have we played against Eldrazi Taxes with this deck? ENT, here we go, once. But yeah, that hand was just disgusting. We just had so much good stuff. Turn 2 Thought Knot. We just didn't even need to play Bitter Blossom. And we top decked the Vial on turn 1, so we didn't have to just turn 2 Thought Knot. We got this Vial online, which helped us like demolish my opponent with Displacer too. That seems pretty good. I'll keep it. You got Vial and 2-drops. Mirrors tend to be huge skill testers with a hand like that. It hardly even matters. Yeah. Especially, also because the D&T matchup a lot of the times isn't that much of a skill tester. Wow. Opponent's on 3. Opponent's just dead. Opponent's probably just going to, like, play to figure out what I'm on, and then concede. Just, like, never play a card, I imagine. But yeah, sometimes, like, the D&T mirror just involves who draws better because, yeah, opponent just wants to know what I'm on. But luckily, we went basic Planescape Vial, so they don't know I'm on Eldrazi Taxes. We'll just run back to 60. There's no reason for me to know what they're on at all. I don't think there's any reason for me to sideboard. You don't think it is? I think... Oh, yeah, like... I'm thinking more, I guess, on the Legacy side. In the Modern side, there's a lot more, like, touch and go. The Legacy Death and Tags Mirror is just fucking miserable and very often not skill testing. It just matters, like, who drew better. Who, like, top decks more, like, equipment and equipment removal for your opponent stuff. Or, like, more flyers in the aerial fights. The Eldrazi Taxes Mirror specifically can be pretty skill testing. From what I've played before. I think the mono white mirror is, like, kind of gross. Primarily. Alright, this hand's great. Bloodstained Mire. I wonder if they're on, like, Dredge, Hollow one. Could be Mardu. Gravecrawler, oh, they're on the Hollow Vine, right? Hammerback Walker and Gravecrawler. Alright, no hollow ones. Or, no hollow ones. No, Vengevines, I mean, is what I'm concerned about. They're on a 1-lander, though, so... Just jam this Thalia here, into, like, turn 3 Thought Knot. Into Shalai. Had to play the Thalia Stomping Mirror the other day, and I just ran circles around my opponent. I don't know what the Thalia Stomping Mirror would be like. Game 1's probably horror. Like, half your deck is just so bad against your Chalice, Leonin Arbor, Thalia deck in the mirror. Like, cannot be very useful. Game 1, at least, is probably very not skill testing. Do they want this in the graveyard? Is that their plan? I'll oblige, I guess. I can't think of a way that this punishes me. Maybe it does. Whatever. Wait, did it have a trigger? Oh, does that mill on death? Oh, neat. Didn't know that. Today I learned. Not that I care that much. Just gonna demolish my opponent some more here. That is a hand of magic cards, I suppose. What do I even care about? Post-board worship board stalls reveal? Yeah, how do you even beat worship? You guys don't, like, have enough removal, right? And there's no way to Eldrazi Displacer your way into killing your opponent? I don't even... What do I take? I don't understand what my opponent's trying to do. I'm not really scared of any of it. Like, none of it's bad for me. Like, take the Neonate? Take the Viserys here? I don't really care about this Ballista. I have 3 Thalias in my hand. The Hangerback, maybe? the Bushwhacker? Should I be concerned about when they eventually get these Vengevines online? I'm not experienced enough against this deck to like know what I should be concerned about here. I feel like it's Viscera Seer. They get like some sick Gravecrawler value. Scrying a lot. We'll take Viscera Seer. Attack with Thalia. I'll probably use Thalia just to like edict a Gravecrawler if they attack here. Neonate, sure. Discarding Bridge. Ooh. That was a decent draw for them, I suppose. I mean, I guess it's much better that I took the... Just gonna make zombies? Sure. Like, that doesn't... It's not gonna win them this game. Wait, oh, duh, I'm dumb! I could have actually broken their bridge. Well. We figured it out. Get out of here, bridge. Should've done that after the... when the Ballista went on the stack. This is also a matchup where I would like to know how many basics are in my opponent's deck. It's like double Ghost Quarter. I think I just want to jam Shalai, though. I'm gonna attack with Thalia. Be happy to trade this Thalia with a zombie, considering we have nothing but Thalias. Yeah, sure. This Bushwhacker could get kind of scary, but it just makes them all, like, 3 power, right? So they still can't punch through Shalai or Thought-Knot. This Bloodghast doesn't have haste. Wait, no, it gives them haste, right? Yeah, sure, whatever. It's one thing greater version of this deck to play Chancellor of the Tangle and Simian Spirit Guide for Fall, and I can see Chancellor. Or no, I can see Spirit Guide. No, this attack seems aggressive. Just kill the only creatures I care about and take like 11, sure. This is 7, 8, 9. They're at 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not dead on board. Could go to 8. I probably just won't attack with all my creatures, though, just to play it safe. Ooh, second Bushwhacker. I guess that's a reason to just swing all out there. Measure on the draw with Chancellor Gemstone the Spirit. You play like a 4-drop or whatever, and your entire hand's gone. What top decks do I die to if I attack with this Thalia? I want to set it up so that I can kill them next turn regardless. Actually, no, these 3 can't block, so if I just attack like this, I'm not dead to Bushwhacker, because that'd be 2, 5, 6, 7. Wouldn't be dead to Bushwhacker, because I could block 2 of them. Ghost yourself and play Thalia, but attack with the first one. Oh, Ghost Quarter myself? Oh, that's fair. I was thinking about Ghost Quartering them, trying to get them off of red. I can't imagine they have that many mountains in the deck, but I can see just, yeah, that makes sense too. Actually, I like that play. Just that guarantees lethal here. We'll also just kill this Blood Crypt for good measure. No, they're just gonna concede. They're not gonna tell me. Rude. What do I... Alright, chat, what do I file that deck under, out of curiosity? I don't know what that deck is called. do they play Hollow One in that deck, or is it just like a Vengevine deck? Creating a new thing for it. So we 2-0'd them. Whatever they were. I think it's Hollowvine is what they're called. I think they have, I imagine they have Hollow Ones in their deck with all like that discard and stuff. I'm just like not intimately familiar with that, with the list. I kind of like saw murmurings of it floating around, like it probably 5-0'd something or other. Alright, spreadsheet is updated, and we're off. Yeah, I just put Black-Red Hollowvine. Not 100% convinced that that is what it is, but I mean, I am like pretty close. I like pretty sure they're on like the Hollow and Vengevine deck. They had enough discard that Vengevine made sense. I also definitely shouldn't have blocked that Stitcher's Apprentice with Athalia. That was pretty dumb. Didn't know that card mills on death too. That card seems pretty sweet for like a lot of graveyard nonsense. The card can mill you 6, and it's a 1/1, so it works with like Vengevine and stuff. That sounds okay. Would love some like Ghost Quarters, but we have like all of our spells are castable with this hand. Unlikely to path something on turn 1 unless they're playing like humans. Right on time, Aether Vial. We're gonna go to... No, they're definitely not F6'd. We can't just Leonin Arbiter them. I guess we just play Thalia. Plan was to go to second main to fetch land check them. Because if they're like passing priority pretty aggressively, then they can get supremely punished. Looks like Mardu Pyro, though. Fetching basic swamp there. And their plan is Blood Moon me. Yeah. White land. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Because they can't Blood Moon me, so I don't... Do I need to path this Pyro right now? I want to get this Vial online more than anything, honestly. Now that we're playing against Mardu Pyro. But unfortunately, my Vial cost... I would have loved to have a Leonin Arbor in this position instead of the Thalia. But obviously I can't tell that I want that just based on Bloodstained Mire. Because if I had an Arbiter and they have a Pyro, I could just like path it, they don't get to search, and play Vial here, which would just be great. I think we're going to set up the Arbiter, though. Because now if they want to removal spell one of my guys, then I get to path the Pyro. They can't Blood Moon me yet. Because they only have 3 mana, and I have a Thalia in play. If they want to use Bolt to unlock stuff, I guess they could have 3 mana, and they could, like, Bolt Thalia, Bolt Arbiter. More Arbiters, huh? Gonna leave up this path. If they Blood Moon me, I wonder if I'm supposed to path myself or them. Yeah. That's the question here. Do I path my Arbiter here to get white? Or do I path their Pyro and just beat them to death and like play Aether Vial? Could just rely solely on this Aether Vial to carry me. They have 5 cards in hand. They haven't done any, like, removal spelling. Yeah, we're going all in. Our plan is that they don't have Kolaghan's Command, and that's how we're not going to lose. The other plan is top deck one of 2 basic planes, which is probably not as good of a plan. I will probably just be completely stone dead to a K command. Not 4 mana, not 4 mana. This feels like a Kolaghan's Command to me. Yep. Basic. No. This is definitely like the greedy line, but I don't know if I was gonna win a game where I have to like burn my only path on my own creature, and then they just get to like young Pyromancer me to death here. I have like how many good top decks? 5 at this point. My top decks are basic planes or Aether Vial. This is the point where Eternal Scourge would be insane to draw. Inquisition me, sure. None of my hand is good, opponent. You can take anything. Like, Haim to Turok me twice, and this hand would not care. If we draw planes, we are very much in it. But that's like a 2 in 47 or something. Will they even take the Wisp, the least castable of my spells? Just Bedlam me. 5 mana Bedlam Reveler. So we're very likely dead. We drew all of our Leonin Arbiters. This matchup could have gone very differently had we, like, decided to play Arbiter over Thalia that turn. The turn that they played Pyro. I think Thalia is, like, the right decision in the blind, though. Opponent's trying to end my life before I can actually, like, draw anything. It's pretty reasonable, given the circumstances. Wow, opponents play Helix in there? In their Mardu Pyro deck? That seems like very old tech. Seems like some extremely old technology of like back when they actually played white spells in this deck, and it was like really, really bad because you just Blood Mooned yourself out of like 8 to 12 cards regularly. You know, like K-Command my face. I feel like we're pretty dead here. Oh. Sweet, more Thought-Knots. Alright. So this matchup is horrible, and I hate it. This is like the worst matchup in Modern for this deck. Not particularly close. Boarding all these cards, and like none of them actually matter that much. So Displacer, I hate in this matchup because you get Blood Moon so often, and for the same reason, Flicker Wisp. Cut like all these bad cards. Displacers, Flicker Wisp, and Thought-Knots are all like really, really gross against like the Flicker Wisp is really gross against Blood Moon and Lingering Souls. Displacer is really gross against Blood Moon. Thought-Knots better on the play because you can like try to steal Blood Moons and stuff, but generally just not great. I mean, Tidehall is also not good. Just like shaving down all these cards. Maybe we can just cut all the Wisps. Wisp is just the most miserable because you're almost never casting it through a Blood Moon. Sometimes you can like Ghost Quarter or Path your stuff into having a single basic, But it's so hard to play Flicker Wisp, and it just doesn't attack their Lingering Souls profitably. I think maybe on the play I want more Thought-Knots than Tide Hollows, because Tide Hollows like kind of a liability. The main games that you win this matchup is you attack their mana base, because their mana's very tight. They have like, what, 19, 20 lands in their deck usually, and they supplement it with 4 Faithless Lootings. So sometimes you can get them with like Thalia Arbiter, which we actually might have been able to do last game had we actually hit like a 3rd land drop on time. Or had my opponent had fetch lands instead of like fetch land into triple Blackcleave Cliffs. Not triple, because the 3rd one would come untapped. I forget how they played the last land. It must have just been like a basic mountain or something. When we go to the draw, I've probably like cut more Thought-Knots, bring back in more Tide Hollows, because you kind of want to stall the early Blood Moon is how you really, really get bodied. God, this matchup is so horrible, though. Waiting for opponent's really ticking down this clock to the last minute. They like sideboard and then go to the bathroom. Alright, that sounds good enough. Double Vial is definitely... It's awkward because it's like kind of what you want, but also kind of what you definitely don't want. If the opponent just has Thoughtseize, I just have like 1 relevant card in my hand. Do you have what you need for Mono White ENT? Yeah, I have Mono White ENT built here as well. I just kind of like the Black-White more in the format. If you're playing as a bunch of Mardu, though, I'd probably rather be on Mono White, since you at least don't get Blood Mooned out of the game. That's probably what this deck does. We're gonna lead on Caves. There's much more of a chance that we draw another colored source to play turn 2 Tide Hollow than there is that we draw one of our like 3 Thought-Knot Seers that are still in the deck. No. Of course. Immediately get punished. And they'll like turn 2 Thoughtseize me. Take this Thought-Knot Seer. Let's play a Pyro, please. Thank you. Get out of here. Not them. Wow, your hand sucks, opponent. Jesus. Kill this Fatal Push forever. We'll also just take the Lightning Bolt while we're here. Also, their hand is just very Leonin Arbiter proof. And we'll immediately draw Terminate. God! Wow! That was a beating. Holy shit. Can we, like... Can we cool it a little bit? Fuck. Immediately draw exactly Terminate into Thoughtseize for all your threats. Do you have the same problem where you have an Arbor and the opponent has no fetches? Yeah, it happens sometimes. Well, at least the opponent drew this Bloodstained Mire. Jeez, we went from, like, super ahead to, like, very easily losing this game. Just based on them top-decking Terminate into Thoughtseize. Also, if they sideboarded them out. If you didn't know, they did. Yeah, they boarded all their fetch lands. Counter the Leonin Arbiter tech. I wonder if I'm supposed to path this Tide Hollow in response to like a removal spell. Probably not. They probably discard like both their lands. Yeah. They have 2 fresh ones. All right, more fetch lands. This looks like a bet. This is a Reveler, whatever it's called. No, they're just fetching. Sure. Basic Plains makes more sense that they have like Lightning Helix in their deck. Sick. Now I'll probably path my Tide Hollow in response to a removal spell, just so we'll have more. Like sideboarding out Vial versus Marduk. I Moon is a beating, but yeah, it's just really rough to sideboard out Vial in this matchup. Because there is the awkwardness of like, oh, I don't want Vials versus like the BGX style deck, but I also really want Vials against the fucking Blood Moon deck. Yeah, we're gonna path this. We have like nothing in my hand but more paths. But man, that I'm still salty about that Terminate. Now we're both top decking, but my opponent has a Lightning Bolt and a Looting in the yard, and I have literal nothing. We really want Bitter Blossom or Eternal Scourge at this point. Would love to draw either of those cards. Could also Ghost Quarter them off their plains if they ever Blood Moon. If they cast a Blood Moon. Or Ghost Quarter them off their swamp is probably better, but... Although, I probably can't Ghost Quarter them off their swamp, can I? They probably play more than one swamp. Yeah, sure, Inquisition me. Goodbye, other path. The last card in their hand. Oh, they discarded Bolt. Alright. Can we draw a good card? That's a pretty good card. Well, better than nothing. I'm surprised they kept Wear Tear over Lightning Bolt there. Opponent probably just immediately draw like Liliana of the Veil. Ooh, are we alive? Can we actually like survive this game? We can give him back the Fatal Push or the I think we go for lethal here. Sick. We actually won that game, luckily, because that Thought-Knot Seer is super clutch. Thought-Knot is really good if you don't get Blood Mooned in this matchup, because they have like so many bolts and stuff. The issue is that it's just stone uncastable if you don't have bolts, or if you don't have if you do get Blood Moon, sorry. I'm trying to think of a bunch of things at once there. So yeah, like Blood Moon is such a beating, but there's definitely like the weird issue of do I want Vials in this matchup or do I not? I lean on the side of I do, but could be wrong. You got to activate the Vial on 2 first in case of K command. What did they have there? Oh yeah, that's fair. The old bait and switch. They like K command me though. Guess it is annoying. Yeah, that's fair. There's no reason not to. I'm not very good at like Vial tricking my opponent. I just I never like pump fake my opponents on their Vials. Like I just activate them every end step, especially on Moto. Moto has like got me into some pretty bad habits in terms of doing that because it's so much more effort to do it online. Anyhow, so now we have to win on the draw, which is just abysmal. And as good as Thought-Knots were there, they get a lot worse on the draw because you usually can't bring them in or get them down pre-Blood Moon. So you want like Scholars to try and like buy time. I love Vile Hendrix. Yeah. Moto's just taught me that it's more effort than it's worth more often than not. But there's definitely like points where it's good. Like if your opponent has Containment Priest in Legacy, you want to like try and pump fake them. Or like faking, like putting in Eldrazi Displacers or stuff. Making them make decisions, especially with like Leonard Arbors in your deck. Do I want to do anything different? Probably not. Probably just run this back. Maybe 6 Removal Spells is actually too much. I don't think EOT Activate Always is right either, but yeah. There's definitely like some points where it's good to activate, some points where it's not good to activate, and I just like never activate. We're gonna keep this. I think it's like kind of bad, but we have a bunch of basics, and my opponent mulliganed to 6. We have like Vile 2 spells. I mean, this doesn't have any activation, but could find something. We have Thoughtseize. It's like they probably just take one of the creatures, leave me with Vile and 4 lands, but they're on 5? Oh no, they're on 6. They played the land. Take the Vile. Deal. We have Path Activator for the Strangler now. Yeah, very useful in the mirror. Don't think the 2 life matters here. I want to be able to path in case they have what's his face on 2, Young Pyro. Because I want to be able to path into Thalia. And I don't think the 2 life loss here is going to matter too much. Even if I end up even like playing the Godless Shrine for mana, I could always just play a tap later if they don't have anything. Alright, well, probably send the Thalia to die. Die to a bolt or a push or anything. My opponent's just like planning to slam a Blood Moon here. That'd be kind of annoying, but we could path ourselves for the swamp at some point. If they just go untap Blood Moon me and suddenly none of my hand is castable. But we'll have Path. Path of the Swamp like unlocks our hand again. Alright, yeah, this feels like a Blood Moon. Yeah. Sure, but we definitely have outs to this Blood Moon. They're not Path to Exile, though. We want a creature so that we can path it. This Blood Moon's not going to win my opponent this game, I don't think. Unless we draw particularly poorly. Could top deck, like, our other two Thanatos that are still in our deck. Oh, don't want to F6 through that. No! Nah, doesn't matter. Because I can't cast this either. Add this to the pile of cards. We just need to draw, like, a Thalia, or a Leonin Arbiter, or, like, anything that just costs white mana in our deck. And we should be fine here. I don't think we have enough incense to make me care about them having 2 extra mana here. Because they could, like, K-command me, which they couldn't do before, but... K-command me, I'm just pitching the Scholar. Maybe they can kill their own Pyro, so they can, like, K-command it back. They do get the basic planes. Not something I had really considered, but definitely don't want them to, like, run wild with the Pyro. That's a card. Better than nothing. Unfortunately, I also just activated their Wear Tear, if they have that in their hand. That just kills my Rest in Peace here, but... In my experience, they always have the Wear Tear whenever you play Rest in Peace. Oh, they don't. Oh, and we have Thalia. Holy crap. We are alive. Is it K-command? Costs 4 mana to K-command me. I think I'm actually going to pitch this Zealous. It's either my opponent has one card in hand. Never mind. We're pitching Tide Hollow. My opponent only has one card in hand. This Tide Hollow is probably not going to be able to hit anything. I want Zealous to be able to deal with the Lingering Souls in the future. Oh, the Lingering Souls only makes 2 dudes. I don't know. Eh. I'll strangle one of them. Ooh, never mind. We'll just play Comball here. We have a chance. Alright, we're definitely in this game. I would say we're favored right now. Could definitely turn around at the drop of a hat. But having this Rest in Peace to play also really helps. I shouldn't have played that land. I should be storing K command fodder. Which we will do now. I wonder why my opponent's doing this. Eh, I can counter a K command with the Zealous here. If that's their plan. Wait, does Flicker Wisp and Wasteland Strangler work together how I think they do? Yes, it does. If you Flicker Wisp a permanent and then Strangler using that permanent and putting it in the graveyard, then they just don't get the card back, ever. That is exactly how that works. Holy crap, did we just win this? They're at 3, we have a combo and a Shalai in play. Maybe we just won, unless they have Damnation here. Fuck yes! We beat Mardu Pyro! Suck it! Suck on that, Mardu. Yeah, it's a really sweet combo. And definitely, it comes up like relatively often, especially with Vial. Traditionally, it costs 6 mana, or 5 if you have an Eldrazi Temple. But with a Vial, you can easily do it like on turn 4. Vial and Flicker Wisp plus cast Strangler or whatever. I've done it to a lot of people before. Flicker out like a hollow one and eat their whatever that stupid 1/2 with Menace is. I never remember its name. Oh, I just played back-to-back Titan Shift. People think that's good again. Yeah, I played Titan Shift twice during my last league, I believe. During my last league with Eldrazi Taxes. No, it was with the Bugler Taxes, I think. Played against Titan Shift twice. I don't know why people keep playing Titan Shift when it seems like horrendously bad against. I guess it's good. They're playing on the control decks, right? Because I imagine Titan Shift's probably good against Jeskai, and then maybe good against Pyro. Pyro's Blood Moon, but that's about it. And like, it's not like that can't beat a Blood Moon. But I don't have enough experience to know how debilitating that is. But it just seems like such a dog in Alpha. The aggressive matchups, like against humans and stuff. Like Meddling Mage Kitesail. It's fine versus humans. Is it? I mean, I don't know. Again, no experience with the Titan Shift matchup. I have no idea. This is just mostly theory of Meddling Mage Kitesail seems really scary when you're like a pretty all-in combo deck with like two cards you want to be resolving, which are Primeval Titan and Scape Shift. I guess you get like Anger of the Gods or Sweltering Suns and stuff post-board, so maybe it's not as bad. I don't know. Titan Shift's always like a weird, very close match when I'm playing Eldrazi Taxes. Because sometimes you just like draw Arbiter and a pile of Ghost Cores and they die horribly, but sometimes you just draw Flicker Wisps and Thalias and a bunch of garbage and they just like Primeval Titan you to death. Pre-board, yeah. I mean, pre-board, you and I probably like never win as Titan Shift, or very close to it. Post-board, you get a bunch of additions that help you out. You get Baloths, board wipes, lightning bolts. And they're playing bolt main a lot of the time. So I guess they're not like Stone Dead to Meddling Mage. Alright, this hand's gas. On the Burgle humans, I went 2-0, then 0-2. They both had pre-board anger. Ugh. Pre-board anger seems loose. I've seen pre-board Sweltering Suns because it cycles. Oh no! I'm playing against Boggles. At least we're on the play and we have a Thalia, so hopefully that's enough. This Tide Hollow Scholar became a Grizzly Bear all of a sudden. The Boggles Menace, and I cut the Relic Order from my sideboard. Let's jam this Thalia here. Hopefully they kept like a one-lander. We can get them. Please? Pretty please? I like this pause. No. You can't cast the thing. You need to fetch first. Please just pass. Oh, please let me draw Leonin Arbiter. Maximum punish. Oh, man. Never lucky. Oh, we actually Flicker with this Leyline and Tide Hollow them. That seems like an actually very reasonable play to do. Third Titan Shift? Jesus. Dude. I haven't played against any yet. We're in round 4 or whatever. Are they gonna like path my Thalia here? Sure. It's kind of annoying, but... Wisp this Leyline. Thylin Tide Hollow. Wow, their hand sucks. Holy crap, we might take game 1 against Boggles, chat. My opponent's hand is garbage. Oh, that can dig them out of this, definitely. But it also gives us more chance to actually draw cards. Ooh, that's a good card to draw. Is this on cast? Yeah, so we want to path this immediately. My opponent's real set on lands, so I don't really feel bad about pathing them at all here. I just don't want them to draw a million cards. Goodbye, Core Spirit Dancer. I guess probably pathing on the upkeep is strictly correct, since I know their entire hand, but... They fail to find? Does the deck have 2 basics in it? If they want to trade both their guys for my aura, deal. Or for their aura back. This seems like not a good block from my opponent. Could be wrong on that assessment, but... That seems like a very not good block. I think they're way more likely to draw auras than hexproof dudes. Whew. Stealing game 1 against Boggles is huge game, because we have, like, nothing in our sideboard for this matchup besides these Citadel Wreckages. And the Zealous Persecution. These combos are probably not horrible, but... Fatal Push is, like, strictly better than Path in this matchup, I think. Since the only thing, like, I'm probably cutting all my push, like, some number of my paths and pushes here, but Boggles is an awful matchup. My opponent had a really bad hand, is the only reason we won that, flat out. Like, Boggles is definitely a bad matchup, but we had Flicker Wisp plus Tidehollow to take their card, and they had, like, 5 lands in their hand. And also just decided to burn a path on Athalia when they had nothing but lands in their hand. I don't know. Probably made some a little bit questionable decisions. So Strangler is the worst card in the deck, I think. And then after that, it's like paths. All these cards are fine. I guess Shalai is actually pretty horrible. Protects my dudes with Hexproof, and it has flying, neither of which is irrelevant, but you definitely want answers to Core Spirit Dancer is the thing. So it's tough of, like, a mixture of what do I want. Strangler plus Wisp plus, like, your own creatures can slowly kill their enchantments if you have, like, a Displacer. You need a lot of things to be going right for that to happen, though. Do I just want to do this? We have 2 settles, 2 paths, 2 pushes. Do I want my paths in over anything else here? I don't think I do. Is Leyline lands and a creature worth a keep against an unknown deck? I don't know. My opponent at least had what I imagine their hand was something like Glade Cover, Ethereal Armor, Leyline, 4 lands, which might be a keep. I'm not a Boggles expert, but, like, it's okay, I suppose. Because, like, you're pretty likely to just draw into more, like, things to put on your Boggle, and it's insulated against edicts. But, oh, they had a path, too. So, maybe, like, Path, Boggle, Ethereal Armor, Leyline, 3 lands I'd probably keep. Speaking of probable keeps. Yeah, they definitely had a lot, like, some pretty bad luck. They had a bunch of really bad draws in a row. Ugh. My Tidehollow, again, gets worse. But we have, like, Ghost Quarter, Leonin to, hopefully, if they're, like, Landlight or something, you kind of get pretty lucky in this matchup to win. Or draw, like, Settle Wreckage. And we actually can't settle them if they have Leyline in play. Ooh, wow, is this their turn 2? Powerful. Jams Arbiter. We don't have a Vial, which makes the Flicker Wisp Tidehollow plan much less valid. They have, like, a path for this, I imagine? Just don't have anything? What do they keep? Deal. We are 100% just gonna Ghost Quarter the crap out of this Temple Garden. This guy, I mean, it's a little bit luck, but it's a little bit of, like, is that a keepable opening hand that my opponent kept? And, like, maybe it is. Is it worth trading 2 Boggles for my Arbiter? Probably. Yeah, I'll take that trade if they want it. I'll put the offer on the table. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now we're just gonna play this to get aggressive and kill them. Has no text, it's a 2/2 for 2, but we just want to kill them before they draw lands. Get this combo into play. Take over this game. Oh, they found a land. They only make one of these guys at first strike. It gets pretty annoying. Path the Arbiter. Why the Arbiter? It's the only thing I get to search. But okay. I guess we can't really settle them yet, but... If we draw another land, we can set up Flicker Wisp plus Displace, like Tidehollow. But I think my opponent's just, like, dead here. They can only cast 2 spells before they just died to this combo. Deal. They're at 1. You have to chump block both these creatures. They're so dead. I think this is the my opponent concedes. Look, yeah. Maybe... I don't think post-board against ENT Leyline is a factor. Maybe board it out. Maybe. Maybe not. I've seen the Settle the Wreckage tech catching on a lot more, so if they're aware of that, then maybe it's okay. And also, it does hit, like, Tidehollow and Thought-Knot Seer, so it's not unreasonable to keep in Leyline in that matchup. If it turns off 10 cards in your opponent's deck, 2 of which will, like, immediately lose you the game in terms of Settle the Wreckage, then maybe it's okay, but maybe it is bad. But there are hands that, if your opponent does not have a Leyline, you can actually just, like, win with, like, Tidehollow Scholar into Thought-Knots and stuff. We got really lucky there. That's for sure. I think it's Russell Wilson. I've played against this person before. This guy's name seems... Whoa, man! Double 4-0. Playing for all the marbles. And this hand sucks. This hand's much better. I think I want more lands. On the play, I would want to win before 4 land if possible. Yeah, that's fair. On the play, I've had hands where Settle the Wreckage like legitimately wasn't fast enough, or when they're on the play. I mean, so maybe it's like a board in when you're on the draw, because then the Tidehollows are more relevant because they come down on turn 2 before you have stuff. I could see maybe boarding them out on the play. Anyway, I think I want this. Maybe no, I want to be able to like cast the Shalai pretty reasonably. I don't remember what Russell Wilson plays. Oh, apparently the Mirror or something close to it. Could be mono white. More likely mono white, I think. Yeah, mono white. Oh, no, it's humans, duh. I'm an idiot. Nice freebooter. The basic play in Zendavile always throws me off because I'm so in tune to think that this is automatically a Death and Taxes deck, when statistically it's probably most likely that my opponent is on humans if they go Plains Aether Vial. Is it even worth playing this Thalia here? Probably. Take a damage, but I want to get on the board. Violent Champ. Hierarch. Sure. What do I want? I want Thought-Knot Seer, I think, more than anything. Tidehollow Scholar would also be really good, because Tidehollow would immediately activate my Strangler. Oh man, yeah, please. Oh, this is, yeah, come on, Tidehollow off the top, please. I'm just gonna, like, take a million here. My girlfriend plays Boggles, so I have the slightest random knowledge on how it plays. Probably more than I do, for sure. Eh, well, I'll accept this. It's not great, but it's definitely not bad. Activates my Strangler for next turn, assuming they have a non-creature in their hand, or non-land in their hand. Double Meddling Mage. Sure. Not worth attacking with the Thalia here. Maybe it is, actually. They have Meddling Mage. This thing could attack as a 2-3, but it gets Stonewalled here. Yeah, we'll attack the Thalia. It's not blocking anything. Unfortunately. Oh no, I'm dumb. There's a Mantis Rider that's a 4-4. I'm an idiot. Oh well. Probably want to do that next turn, because then I can actually strangle it. In the long term, though, the Thalia doesn't matter. But I could have made them into that play next turn and actually strangled this Mantis Rider and have it actually be relevant. We'll try it with the Thana, though. Meddling Mage, naming Path to Exile, I assume. Even then, even if we kill his Mantis Rider, we're just... Oh no, we're not hosed by this. We have Shalai to beat this Kite Sail. Name Shalai. Oh, did they know that? Yeah, they know that was in my hand. That makes sense. Oh no, my opponent knows I have the Strangler too, so they just like don't attack. Or like they don't. No, we're still not dead though, but we can't attack. Throwing that Thalia off the cliff was dumb, but I don't think it mattered at all. We're not dead, but we might as well be. We're going to 3 here, and we have to like chump block with the Shalai. So we need to draw like path to even have a chance here. We're alive. Now we have to deal with this Thalia's Lieutenant is the next plan. Is the next step here. You play in paper? Yeah, I play both Modern and Legacy Death and Taxes in paper. That's the last card in their hand. I wonder if I'm supposed to trade here if they attack. I wonder if this is just lethal. Path this, 3 blockers? No, this isn't lethal. So I need to block... Oh no, this is still in attackers. So I need to block this or I die. And then just trade off here and then eat this. And then hope my top decks are better than my opponent's. Why does my opponent have a basic island in their deck? That seems super weird. There's not even for me blocking this Noble instead of the Meddling Mage, but no, I don't want to go to 1. If we draw, like, Displacer, we'll be okay. Not a land, please? I said please, deck. So now we're pretty hosed. Again, we can draw Displacer and I think be like pretty stable. Reflector Mage does nothing. Unless they think it. It actually lets... I mean, it doesn't matter. It just makes them... They set up for lethal unless we draw a creature here, but we can kill this champ now, too. We need to draw a creature or a removal spell. Oh, do they have, like... They draw, like, Reflector into Thalia's Lieutenant? Jeez. Why do my humans' opponents just, like, never draw bad cards? I guess because their, like, deck doesn't have any bad cards? That's, like... That's the issue there. Jesus, that Lieutenant was definitely not great for me. Alright, so this matchup we want. Settles. Bitter Blossom's not great, but it's, like, better than Leonin and Thalia, because it makes a lot of chump blockers. Probably like this. And cut down to, like, 1 Arbiter, 1 Thalia, more than these 6. I don't imagine Internal Scourge is very good in this matchup. Just a 3/3. I'd probably rather have a 2-drop in general, just something that blocks. Turns out also that, like, suiciding my Thalia was, like, very big as that matchup ended up. If I had not suicided my Thalia, I think we might have been able to win that. But I'm just, like, blind and don't see my opponent having a Vigilance creature in play. This hand's almost good, but no. This is a bummer way to 4-1, that's for sure. But my opponent mulliganed to 6, so we have a chance. This hand is horrible, but opponent also mulliganed to 5. We'll keep this on 5. We're not going to 4 here. I will keep that on top because it's a castable spell. Alright, we might have a chance. My opponent also mulliganed to 5, and we have like a 2 into a 4. And the 2 is pretty disruptive. Also notable, my opponent has 2 basics in their deck, which is kind of weird, but means that this Ghost Quarter isn't very good if I want to deny them stuff. It's either Champ or... I think it's Bugler here. Champ is really scary, though, and Bugler's, like, very, very slow. It can dig them into more stuff, but... maybe I can just win this game on a War of Attrition. They could go, like, Champ into Meddling Mage here, and then they have 2 2/2s. Yeah, I think I can take this Bugler. I imagine by the end of this turn I just won't know any of the cards in their hand. Island Champ, play Mage. Probably name like Path to Exile with Meddling Mage. Yep. Wasteland Strangler, that's fair. Wasteland Strangler would be like huge for them, or for me. Luckily we drew Path. We're not going to attack. They probably would love to trade their Meddling Mage for their Bugler back. I'm a little scared that this is another Meddling Mage and they're going to name Path to Exile here. So we're just going to Path this Champ in response to whatever this is. If it's a Lieutenant, like, I don't care. I was going to Path this Champion anyway. But if it's another Meddling Mage, I don't want to get, like, super blown out here. Okay, so that's fine. Oh, we are super in this game. They have no more cards in hand. There's a chance we can win this. The last card is Noble. Sure. We have a Shalai. No. We need to get this Meddling Mage off the table now. So we can crush their hopes and dreams. We are super in this game, especially if we can draw like a push or a path or something. Perfect. We can't attack. We don't have anything to Tide Hollow from them, but it's a 2/2. Alternatively, I could animate Shambling Vent. They have this Vial on 3, which is really obnoxious. Otherwise, I could attack with the Sculler, and if they want to trade here, then I could like re-Sculler it. Those Vial on 3 prevents that. Is it better than just animating these vents and beating in, though? I effectively, I can attack for 2 more and take 0 because I have to pain myself twice off these caves. But I gain 2 life off the life gain. Definitely going to attack with a Shalai, because I'm just going to race here. Probably better to just play Sculler, because they're never going to have any cards in hand here. Just really want them to like not draw Thalio's Lieutenant. Mantis Rider would be pretty annoying. Man, can I catch 1 break? Maybe like Path or Push or something? I'm gonna Ghost Quarter myself, so I take less damage, so I can actually start gaining life here. Oh no, I can't. I can't just attack this Mantis Rider. Jeez. Apparently I just can't actually catch a single break. I'd happily trade Shalai for Mantis Rider if they double block. We have 3 paths and 2 pushes in our deck that just let us win this game. All their non-land vial draws are relevant. But, like, yeah, they could draw, like, Noble Hierarchs, Champion of the Parishes, Kitesail Freebooters, more Meddling Mages, and I wouldn't care. It's just, like, exactly Mantis Rider or Thalia's Lieutenant. And this thing just has Vigilance, so I just can't raise it at all. Oh, thank God. We drew something! We can do this. Of course, my opponent's just going to top deck second Mantis Rider here, and then we'll exactly die. Because I attacked with the Shalai. Oh, God. Wow. That was pretty unlikely. I had that exact scenario in mind, and I thought the attack was still worth it there. Maybe the attack was greedy. But they have they have exactly 3 Mantis Riders in their deck to kill me on the spot. Otherwise, we just untap and win the game. Called shots. Called shots, I suppose. But that was, like, Mantis Rider into Mantis Rider. It was, like, the only way my opponent was winning that. I'm trying to think of, like, is there a reason to not attack with Shalai there to just prevent that scenario? Because I think it's just the greedy line that doesn't end up mattering. Like, the attack doesn't matter, because if I untap, like I said, I'd still just win, I think, if I untap with Displacer up. But I just don't think, like, there are enough relevant times where, like, I think there's a non-zero chance that 3 damage does actually matter, because it gives my opponent more time to draw out of it, because I don't know why Moto decided to, like, switch back. Like, my hands weren't touching it. Moto just wanted to rub it in that we died like this, I suppose. That was actually kind of spooky, but... So, if we don't attack with the Shalai there, and then they don't draw Mantis Rider, then they just attack me for 4, and I don't block. I go to 3, and they're at 12. Then what do I do? Would have been worth it otherwise to chump with 4/4 Mantis. Yeah, like, the worth it would be the exact scenario that they just had. That exactly kills me, because then they can't attack with both Mantis Riders because I have a 3/4. I'm just trying to think through the lines to see if there was, like, a reason to... So the problem with not attacking. So assume they draw, like, the worst possible card. They draw, like, a land. They draw another cavern or a unclaimed territory. They attack with a 4/4 Mantis Rider. I go to 3. I untap. And assuming that, like, I don't know, like, assuming my draws are garbage, I have to spend 3 mana to tap this Mantis Rider down. So this Mantis Rider is Vigilance, so I can't attack with the Displacer yet. Or these Tide Hollows. They're at 12. I can attack with the Shalai this turn. No, I can't even attack with the Shalai this turn if I'm playing around them top-decking Mantis Rider. Because now I'm at 4. If I attack with Shalai, then they can still top-deck Mantis Rider and kill me, because I can only tap down 1. So then that's another turn I'm not attacking with Shalai. The next turn, I tap down the Mantis Rider, and then I can attack with, like, Displacer and Tide Hollow. And then they're at 12. If they take it, they go to, like, 7. I think the attack was right. I've talked myself back into it. It's really infuriating to lose to exactly that, especially because it was A, so horribly unlikely, B, my opponent was, like, drawing very hot for most of the game, and C, like, I just called the shot. Like, I knew it was going to happen based on the previous things that had happened, but I think looking back on it, it was right, because playing around them drawing exactly second Mantis Rider is just, like, not a good way to win that game. I think I want to kill them before they can actually draw out of this Displacer. I think that's a better plan. So I'm not upset about my decision there. I'll stick to it. I stand by it. and the Blind Mage into Wasteland Strangler. I mean, Wasteland Strangler was a fair name, because if they don't name Wasteland Strangler there, then if I have a Wasteland Strangler, they just die really badly, because I can Wasteland Strangle their champion and process their Militia Bugler with it. So it was a fair name. I expected them to name Path to Exile, but Wasteland Strangler was also fair. It was unfortunate that we then drew a Wasteland Strangler that they got to punish us, but I can definitely respect the Meddling Mage name there. It was either Path or Wasteland Strangler. Naming Wasteland Strangler was for worst case scenario. Naming Path was just for statistically what is most likely. If they had named Path though, good call. Bad time to draw. Did they have? I think they had it. They had it right because we tied all of them and we took the Militia Bugler. Their hand was Cavern, Bugler, Meddling Mage, Champion. And when I took the Bugler, I thought to myself, or I said out loud too, that they're just going to Violin, Champion of the Parish, play Meddling Mage past the turn, which is also fine. Because on the Mold of 5, I wanted to take their card advantage rather than their super explosive card. Yeah, it did not work out well. That was kind of a bummer. I think we could have gone to a game 3 with just a tiny bit more luck there in that last game, but it's a 4-1. We double 4-1 today, which is pretty nice. It's the rough that I didn't cinch the 5-0, especially with 2 really rough matchups there. Mardu Pyro into Boggles, and we managed to 4-0 into it. And then have the 5-0 snatched from our grasp by the Moto gods. But still, can't complain about a 4-1. 4-1s are awesome. Where is Humans? It's the 10th time I've played against Humans. Jeez. I have a positive win rate. I'm 6-4 against Humans, but it's definitely very close matchup and probably unfavored, given a good Humans pilot, not the average Humans pilot. But yeah, this deck's a blast. I actually really enjoy this in Modern. Also, called shot earlier if anyone is on, who's this? Oh, this was me buying Eternal Scourges that I boarded it and never cast. We still got, yeah, we got 16 chests today. Add them to the pile. Got 50 chests, enough play points for 2 leagues, and still 30 ticks. So we're doing good. We're doing good right now. Anyway, that called shot, where was it? Somewhere on the Death and Taxes Discord, we were talking about Modern when we saw the Eternal Scourges, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna play them. And then one person was like, all right, I can't watch the stream, I'm busy, but let me know how they do. And then I said specifically, here's the report right now. I will have boarded them in once, and I will never have drawn it. So I have no idea how good it is. And that's exactly what happened. We boarded an Eternal Scourge against Mardu Pyro and never drew it, and it didn't matter at all. But them's the breaks. You can't always test new sideboard tech with just a single league. So I'll leave them in for a little bit. I like them in theory, but my issue is that they might be really narrow in what they do. They're really good against Jeskai and Mardu, but cannot be boarded in against anything else. And maybe that's just not good enough. What is Scourge for? The really, really removal heavy matchups like Mardu and Jeskai, because it's just it's a super sticky threat. Whenever they target it, it exiles itself, and you can cast it from exile. So Mardu can almost never get Eternal Scourge off the board. Or I mean, they can, but then you replay it. It's castable through a Blood Moon, which I really like, and it's just you keep making this 3/3 and you keep attacking them with it, and then unless they have Bedlam Reveler to block it, they'll have to keep jumping in with Pyromancer tokens or Lingering Souls or whatever, and just it's a thing that you can cast through a Blood Moon that is very hard for Mardu Pyro to answer. And against Jeskai, it's a similar thing. Against Jeskai, I'd rather have stuff like Bitter Blossoms or Gideons, probably, but the fact that it's so much better against Mardu Pyro specifically is why I was kind of interested in it from the get-go. So I kind of like where the sideboard is right now. We're going to keep playing this configuration and see how it goes. I'm not sold on the combos yet, but I also haven't played against any combo decks recently. No Storm, no KCI, no Adnaz or anything. So anyway, we'll see about that. Shalai I've been really liking a lot. Shalai's just really good in this archetype, I think, even though you can't activate it. In the mono white version, it's even more of a house, because with like quad Horizon Canopy, I have actually activated Shalai before, but typically just the first ability is really, really good. Anyhow, that's going to end our stream for the day. We're gonna find someone to host real quick.
How are they gonna respond?
Oh nope, don't want to hear that video. Whatever. What are people doing? Is anyone playing Legacy? Legacy, spewing ticks for your entertainment. El Jefe Cubano. Do you like Legacy? I always look for people to playing taxes and stuff, but looks like everyone's streaming MTG Arena. Probably because there's like the big stress test today, and they want a bunch of people. Legacy Kess Landstill. All the way down here at the bottom with like 4 viewers. Alright, we'll host this guy. Aaron... I don't know what their name is. But, wow, that's a really tiny screen. Oh no, that's not me. Or that is me. That's my window. Anyway, sorry for the weird end of stream content here. Finding someone to host sometimes is a little bit of a struggle. So anyway, thank you all for coming and hanging out today. Hope you had fun. We 4-1 both our leagues today, so that was pretty exciting. Almost got that 5-0. But anyway, if you enjoyed the content, you want to see more Death and Taxes stuff, that's basically all we do here. So you can hit the follow button. Costs you totally nothing. Lets you know when I'm going live and stuff. Helps other people find my channel as well. Other things you can do, subscribe or donate. Subscriptions get you Sweet Thalia emote. Donations, I'd be more than happy to run a Death and Taxes league with like whatever color splash you want to see, format you want to see, certain card you want to see. Just let me know beforehand. You can also subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. I always post my VODs after I'm done going live onto YouTube, so if you miss a stream or you just want to see more content, or you're just bored sometime and you want to watch some Death and Taxes, you can subscribe to me on YouTube. All these links are down below, by the way. Twitter, I always post when I'm going live, which is also in the schedule, but in case like I have a weird day, like sometimes I go live early or go live on off days, then follow me on Twitter. You can get noticed there and stuff. So that'll be it for the stream. Thank you all for joining me. We're going to host this guy playing Kess Landstill. Looks like a very odd... I don't think they're playing Kess Landstill anymore. Looks like they're playing 12 posts, but whatever. Still, I would like to host small Legacy small Legacy streams. Give them some more viewers. So go give them some love. And I'll see you guys all on Monday. Thank you for watching.